This is Fight Trek, my Extreme 1 Chunk Iron Man account starting in TzHaar City. I'll need to complete every task, achievement, and skilling grind in this 64x64 chunk of Karamja Volcano. TzHaar City is a very intense start for any account. There are a lot of tasks to get done, ranging from some basic herb lore, smithing, and fire making, all the way up to original pinnacles of RuneScape, including the Fight Caves. That's right, one of the tasks in this chunk is to obtain and wear the Fire Cape. This is going to be a long journey to leave this chunk, so let's just jump right into it. Before we can get started on any of the tasks in the chunk, we have to get there first. Accounts now start on Tutorial Island, and I learned you can just skip it. After that, we're in Lumbridge, where we need to get 30 coins so we can head over to Port Sarum and take a boat over to Musa Point. We do that by taking the free bronze dagger and some other items from Tutorial Island before we skipped and sell them back to the general store. After we have enough starting cash to go to Karamja twice, we head over to Port Sarum and board the boat. Now, the volcano doesn't seem like it has much going on, but we'll be spending quite some time up here. It has the resources to complete a handful of most of our basic tasks, as well as the only enemies we'll be able to take on for quite some time, that being the imps, the monkeys, and the snakes. There's also an entrance to Elvarg's lair here, which is home to a number of enemies that can give us some gear upgrades, most notably the lesser demons, which drop black weapons. I don't have any footage of this terrifying place, as everything in here would kill me at the moment, and I'd kinda like to keep the hardcore status for as long as possible. But the real meat and potatoes of this chunk is TzHaar City. This place is home to a number of enemies and challenges that I'll need to complete before I can leave. First, we have the TzHaar. These creatures drop all the resources we need for our crafting grinds and ranged best in slot gear. The other three, whose names I can't pronounce, drop our best in slot melee, ranged, and magic weapons, as well as the obsidian cape. All of them drop Tokel, which is needed to buy an uncut onyx, which we'll need to craft into onyx bolt tips. But enough of those. The biggest challenge in our way is obtaining the Fire Cape, which requires beating Jad in the Fight Caves. I've never completed the Fight Caves on any account before, so I have absolutely no plan for how I'll be tackling this at the moment. But the good news is that it's a safe death, so I don't have to worry about losing hardcore when I inevitably fail hundreds of times. With that all out of the way, let's get started on the tasks. We started out by training some attack on imps, monkeys, and snakes, and then set out to do some of the easier to finish tasks. We have a single piece of seaweed here that we'll need to pick up 5 times to complete an easy diary task. We then chopped some trees to get enough logs to create impious incense sticks, and then set out to get a grimy guam from imps. After that, some more combat training to make imps easier to handle, followed by a quick pit stop in Burthorpe to unlock dailies. That's why we needed enough gold to get to Karamja twice, by the way. Then it was back to combat training, and a lot of it. So I'm gonna do the dailies, because there's nothing wrong with getting more experience. I'm just gonna do this one. The herb one I could get lucky, if I get lucky on the imps, which has been quite difficult because I don't have the damage to really kill them before they teleport away, and a lot of times they teleport over into Brimhaven or they teleport across the way, which both of are outside the chunk, and obviously inaccessible, so I can't really pick up whatever they drop. But the thing I would need to work towards right now is I want to get up to either giant bats or scorpions. So imps, monkeys, and snakes give about 10 to 15 experience each. The giant bats give 50, and the scorpions give 100. So that would drastically speed up the combat grind, which 90% of the grinds in this chunk are combat based, so we will need to really focus on that. Let's see, can we get an imp kill here? Nope. What about this guy? Nope. Alright. I mean, the imps are nice too, because I will need to kill them. I still need the wizard robe skirt from them, which of course is notorious for not dropping for me. And I still need I think that's actually all I need from them specifically. They do drop my only source of food in this chunk, which is the cabbage and bread drops that they have. But mainly I'm just continuing to do them whenever I can, as they do drop the imp hides, which I'll need for crafting when I eventually can start taking on the... Oh man, come on. When I eventually start taking on the TzHaar and the city that dropped the molten glass. But yeah, for now, we continue to grind the combats. So I was also told that fight caves is a safe death, so we can go ahead and knock out one of the achievements here, which is attempt the fight cave. There we go, chunk task complete. That was nice. And then it is some combat experience if I could ever kill these guys, but there's no shot I'm killing these guys right now. One thing it will give me though is, since it's a safe death, it's free prayer restore and HP restore, but it won't strip away my hardcore status, I don't think. Perfect. Oh yeah, it does. It gives me everything back. Sick. Yeah, so that's a chunk task complete. I mentioned that it's going to be how more of my combat experience will be made once the... I think once the skeletons in the Elvarg's lair become easy, that's when we'll have to focus more on getting, you know, and these guys aren't easy yet. We'll go into the fight caves a little bit more. We will eventually have to do the entire fight cave, which is great. Because I've never done it on any of my characters before. I've only done it once during leagues. I couldn't even get it done during Gridmaster, and I couldn't even get it done during this past leagues on RS3. So it's going to be interesting to see if I can do it here. But as far as I'm aware, there's no flinching or safe spotting, or at least no flinching in RS3. So I'm not sure if it's going to be feasible, but we'll give it our best attempt. Let's see what our hits are like on these scorpions right now. I know they're level 14. They're probably like 5%. 40? Oh, they do range damage? Okay, yeah, that's a no. Not quite. We do more damage than I thought. We will stick to the monkeys and snakes and imps until probably, I don't know, base 15s and stuff. At least once I get to the point where I can attack these guys, I don't need to do too much running to get to the bank. But for now, it is quite annoying when I need to heal outside of what regenerate can do. So it does look like we can take on one skeleton at a time. Possibly, maybe. Barely. Climb the rope. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Oh my god, I'm so glad the scorpions out here aren't hostile. Maybe we don't do that. Maybe we don't do that. Alright, time to attempt another scorpion. Let's see if we can do any better. Nope, probably not. nope, 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 nope. Whew, okay. Alright, let's see if I can hit these jungle spiders, because they come to the side of my chunk. They don't seem to do that much damage to me. So they don't really do that much damage to me. I can hit these ones. That's not bad. 49? And they drop spider carcass. I don't know what to do with that, but that's a lot more. That's literally the same amount of experience as like 7 of these monkeys. That ain't bad. We're getting pretty close to 20 melee stats, which will hopefully let me survive down in this dungeon a little bit better, because the experience rates are better. The jungle spiders over here have been helping immensely. I mean, they've sped up the grind. Each jungle spider, I think, is worth 3 or 4 monkeys, and then maybe 5 or 6 imps slash snakes, because I think the snakes and imps are worth 5 experience. Did I get teleport down there? Oh no, he's right there. So it has been an immense upgrade to the experience gained. The scorpions are what I want to... Oh, you rat bastard. The scorpions are what I really want to get to, because they give 100 experience, so that's 33 per skill. I've gone from 10 to 18 since the last time I tried scorpions. I bet you this is only still like a 33% hit chance. So let me go to this one over here, close to the city. If I try to hit this guy, oh, it's 50. That's not bad. I do know the weapon's gonna do my max hit a lot more, but I don't know. I think I might be able to. Oh my god. I can take on the scorpions now. They drop nothing, but they give quite a bit of experience. So I will take it. Yeah, so we're continuing to just kill the imps whenever I see them. I do enough damage to kill most of them before they teleport away. We still need just the wizard skirt from them, but it is nice collecting the bread and cabbage from them. I mean, it's not the greatest food in the world, but it is my only food, and it will help surviving down in this cave, and then also eventually surviving against the TzHaar here. Because I don't think I would survive even a single hit against these guys right now. And I don't have the ability, so there's no way for me to get Tockle, whatever the currency is here, as I'll never be able to pickpocket. I think it needs 106 or 110 or some stupid high amount of thieving. And I don't have any way to get thieving up, so that's just going to stay where it is. The other major thing is that I don't... You can't sell any of the runes, or, as far as I'm aware, no, yeah, you can't sell anything. I think I was looking at the wiki. The shops here don't trade anything. I mean, they'll sell you stuff. They will not buy it back for Tockle. So, unfortunately, I will not be able to use any of the runes, like sell any of the runes back to that shop from the imps that I'm killing. And if I get extra obsidian pieces from here, from these guys later on, I won't be able to sell that for extra Tockle. Which is kind of a bummer, because right now I need Tockle to do smithing, because I can buy the copper and tin ore to smith that stuff, and then I could eventually buy iron ore, or maybe I think that drops from something, from one of the dudes in there. But that would get me a weapon upgrade as well. I think it's also a task to smelt an iron bar, so we would need to do that. But yeah, so we're gonna continue. I will continue to kill imps when I see them, until I get that skirt, and I think that's the last of our imps. But for now, we're gonna stick to the monkey and snake spawns over here. They're just more abundant. And then anytime the jungle spider is on the border of my chunk, we will take him out. All right, so we are at 20 defense and 20 strength because these are one experience out from each other. So this next kill here will get us to base 20 melees. There we go. 20 in each melee stat. That is great. As well as 18 prayer, which is also pretty nice. I think getting to, what is it for protect melee now? 43 still? Yeah, so 43 prayer is going to be a nice one to get to for both the cave as well as the TzHaar and the city. But I'm happy with base 20s for now. So that's a pretty good spot to be at. But it doesn't get us any closer to getting an iron weapon yet. But we will get there one day. Anyways, back to it. Yes, the wizard robe skirt. That's it. We're done killing imps. That is the final best in slot mage gear. And we are kitted in our best in slot mage gear for now. Eventually we'll have to get the obsidian staff, but for now, this is our best in slot gear for everything until we eventually get access to leather and bronze and iron smithing stuff. So we'll get there. But yeah, done killing imps. We did it. With our best armor for a while obtained, we've got a pretty nice start going on. Going to get back to the combat grind, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.